There's a lot of different ways that people feel about this, and so I think the best way to think about this is in terms of, first of all, what makes sense, and second of all, what makes sense to you personally as a developer. Usually in projects that I have worked on, I have lived in this type of world right here where I have a subscriber code unit, and then I'm very, very careful how I name them. So everything is explicitly related to the functional area. So if I'm working on an item, I know. If I'm working on a customer, I know. If I'm working on a sales order page, I know. And that's worked for me in the past. But I've also seen where people will create, for example, let's create code unit 50,500 and call it sales subscribers. And they may create code unit 50,600 and call it, I don't know, warehouse subscribers. And then what they're trying to do here is they're trying to segregate functionality into separate code units. And I think that works. The only way that that doesn't work for me is when I'm trying to debug something or if I'm trying to trace functionality. So the one thing you have to remember when you're working with subscribers, it's not a clear-cut path. You could look in the validation code and not see what you're trying to find. And then you're like, crud, okay, this is probably in the subscribers somewhere. And then you have to start peeling through a bunch of subscriber code units. And if they're not organized effectively or listed out in a very, very, very effective manner, you can spend a lot of time debugging and you'll end up having to go back to a developer who built the stuff and ask him what's what. So personally for me, if you were to ask me that question, I'm always going to say, unless it's absolutely grossly inappropriate, I'm using my subscriber code unit, not its. But again, that's a stylistic thing, and that's based upon some of my experiences and debugging nightmares that I've run into.